I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I know it's late on a Friday evening, but I wanted to report that officers were involved in an officer-involved shooting earlier this evening. At approximately 4:24 this afternoon, officers were dispatched to a location where 3 complainants advised that there was a male on a bicycle that had a firearm and that was looking for them. While en route to the call, there was information that was put out that led officers to believe that this suspect was involved in the homicide that occurred yesterday. When officers arrived on scene, they made contact with the complainants, and while they were talking to the complainants, one of them pointed out the suspect on a bike outside of the business. Officers exited the business and they attempted to give commands for the suspect to stop. The suspect did not do so and continued down the road on his bike. Officers got in their vehicles and chased after the suspect, where they eventually caught up to the suspect, who was standing next to his bicycle. One officer exited his vehicle, started giving commands to the suspect, observed the gun, started giving commands for the suspect to drop the gun, and also tried to create more distance. There was a significant amount of time that the officer provided commands to the suspect. The suspect then turned and fired at least one single round in the direction of another officer and a civilian vehicle. The officer that was providing commands then fired several rounds. Suspect went down to the ground. Suspect then sat up and fired at least 2 additional rounds at an officer and the civilian vehicle again, which caused the original officer that fired rounds to return fire again, and that stopped the suspect from shooting. The suspect was transported to a local hospital. This shooting was captured on body-worn camera and dash camera. Although I gave some specifics on round counts, I just want to make sure that those are not the official round count, and we will have another press conference in the next couple of days where we'll be able to give more specific details on exact rounds that were fired. Our priority is always the safety and well-being of not only our community but our officers. We have had 14 homicides during the same stretch that we've had 7 officer-involved shootings. Our officers are operating under extreme pressure and scrutiny, and yet they continue to place themselves in danger and carry out the mission of keeping this community safe. The suspect from tonight's shooting was in fact the suspect in yesterday's homicide. Loss of life is always tragic. I want to express my gratitude to all of our officers for their unwavering commitment to this community. I'll take some questions.
Were any officers hurt in the officer-involved shooting?
No officers were injured.
Do you know what the condition is of the suspect?
I do not at this time. Go ahead.
Were there any civilians that were in the area that were injured or anything? Or?
No civilians were injured.
Do you have an official date on when the next press conference will be held?
We will get that out to you soon. I won't have an exact date yet.
Thank you. And is this related to any other suspects posted on Facebook earlier this week?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is this related to anything else that APD has posted on Facebook this week? Any other suspects?
No, what we know is just the homicide from yesterday.
Do you know when the body cam footage will be released?
We'll follow the same 45-day release as the policy indicates. Thank you.